Hello, and welcome to the C Show. I'm Connor. I am driving this episode. I'm the captain now, and I have a game. And here are my lovely contestants.
Hi, I'm Jared.
Hi, I'm Charlie, and I'll do anything for some chicken fried rice, boss.
So I have a game for you guys, and it's called Who's That Jobber? It is very rare, and I would really say impossible for any wrestler to have their first gimmick be the thing they stick with. So I have some older beginning wrestling gimmicks names of popular wrestlers, and I want to see if you guys know any of them, can pick any of them, and we'll go from there. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
First jobber, Dr. Isaac Yankum, DDS.
Oh,
Is that
dentist.
Shyster? Is that Erwin R. Shyster? Didn't they try that first?
No.
Doctor and a shyster. I know what he was trying to do.
I have no idea.
I got nothing.
That was Kane's original gimmick. Second jobber, the Ringmaster.
Oh, that's Stone Cold. That was Stone Cold's first iteration in WWF.
Mm-hmm.
And then Stone Cold happened, and that all worked. That all popped off. He was stunning Steve Austin in WCW.
Mm-hmm. 3, Oz.
See, now this is tricky. Is it Frank or is it Baum? Is it the Wizard of Oz, or is it are they riffing off of the late 90s, early 2000s television program on HBO, Oz, about prison life in a New York State penitentiary?
I will tell you, the bit is that he was a wizard.
Okay.
So it's got to be older then?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's like 80s nostalgia. But I'm just trying to think who would they do that for? I don't know.
Kevin Nash. He was a 7-foot-tall wizard with a very fake beard.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
That's wild.
Number 4, the Spider.
Is that Rey Mysterio?
It's not Rey Mysterio.
Spelling of the word spider. Are we SPY or SBI?
Just regular Spider. SPIDER.
Very telling.
I
don't know.
It's not it's not Christopher. Michael Imperioli from The Wire, or from The Sopranos in Goodfellas. No, it's not Michael Imperioli.
Randy Savage.
Randy Savage? Okay.
Right? Before the Macho Man.
Before the Macho Man.
The Spider.
The Spider, okay. And is that why Sam Raimi cast him in the first Spider-Man movie?
Let's go with yes.
Yeah, obviously. Duh.
5, Leviathan.
Gotta be someone big.
Yeah.
He's pretty damn big. I'll tell you, he's not as big anymore.
Andre the Giant?
Not Andre the Giant.
Not the Hulkster. No, we're not making a Hulkster joke.
No,
brother.
Is it an amputee?
Oh my god!
He said not this tall anymore. Anyone lose
I
their
didn't
legs?
say not as tall.
I think it was steroids. I think that was the
Oh,
implication.
smaller now.
Yeah, just
Yes.
smaller, not shorter or
Is it
loss of limbs.
Batista?
It is Batista, actually.
Oh.
Right on. Perfect. Ding, ding, ding.
Because I've seen him recently, and it looks crazy.
Oh,
One-
he's zepped up.
He's svelte, as my people
1 point
say.
to Jared. Number 6, G.I. Bro.
I feel like this is in the early 2000s, like Iraq War.
I could see John Cena being G.I. Bro.
Not John Cena.
There's a part of me that's screaming The Miz.
It is not The Miz, no. That was Booker T in WCW. One of his things was G.I. Bro.
Interesting.
The Master of Pain.
The Master of Pain. That's not. It's not Undertaker.
It is Undertaker.
It is
actually.
Undertaker. Okay.
Point to Charlie. Okay, here we go.
Is that before or in between Mean Mark Callis and Undertaker?
Before Undertaker,
Mhm.
right? Kind of bouncing around around that same time as Mean Mark. All right, so I have two. I'm going to give you guys one that's not as well known. I'm going to give you a different name for the same guy.
Mhm.
So Axel Mulligan.
Axel Mulligan is an interesting choice. Certainly an interesting choice.
After that, but before he hit it big time, he was also known as Husky Harris.
What was the first one again?
Axel Mulligan.
Is it Bray Wyatt?
It is Bray Wyatt. He was Husky Harris when he was part of the NXT takeover.
Interesting.
Consequences Creed.
It's not one of the Creed brothers, Julius or Brutus.
No.
Consequences Creed.
I don't know. It's a cool name.
It is a great name.
Oh,
Sounds like a real name a Nigerian might have.
and the presentation of it was fantastic. I'll give you a hint. It was TNA. I don't know if that helps anyone.
Ooh, my knowledge of TNA is limited, is shallow. Is it Samoa Joe?
Is not Samoa Joe.
It wouldn't be AJ Styles either.
Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods.
Last one here. Instagram. INSTA capital GRAHAM. Instagram.
So this is a newer person for sure.
I'm on the Wikipedia a lot, so I know who this one is. I think this is Kyle Fletcher.
This is Kyle Fletcher. I believe we ended up just 2-2 here. So we'll have to come back. Eventually we'll have to
run it back.
We'll have to have a round 2 here.
We'll have to run it back.
I appreciate you guys for playing this game. I hope you played along at home. And please stay with us as we get ready to talk about Dynamite here on The C Show. Welcome back to The C Show. We are here talking about Dynamite, which opens up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, with the return of Jim Ross.
By God! I mean, they went all out for him. Like, they played the Sooner fight song. He got a full Tron intro. It was pretty cool.
Hey, sell those hometown tickets.
Absolutely. Because they were hyping it up on programming as well.
So Jim Ross, right, he gets his walkout, comes down the ring. We immediately jump to the back with Renee Paquette. So she says that Jet Speed has been attacked and is not here to compete, not cleared to compete. But here is Ricochet and Don Callis, and they're just like, oh no, what's happened here? Ricochet makes sure to deny the bounty, saying he doesn't know what it is, then literally explaining what a bounty is.
It's a gentleman's agreement, like on the golf course.
It's like a bounty, but it's not, because I said it.
And then we get introduced to Jack Doyle, one of the newest members of the Don Callis family, who claimed this bounty, or gentleman's agreement, and then followed with Don Callis saying, these guys are going to kill some people.
And then Don Callis beat them up.
Perhaps it's just a friendly wager,
So tonight, Jack Perry is supposed to team with Jet Speed. And now the question is, well, will Jack Perry have to go alone? Will this be a handicap match? Let's stay tuned.
You missed the best part, which is Don Callis jumping like a toddler.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I did. Literally.
Yippee!
Well, while Jet Speed is at home, they can definitely catch up on some of the best shows on Hulu. Lyd and I recently have been catching up on The Great North. Love it. Someone else referred to it as the Bob's Burger Sideshow character show, which I liked. Have you guys been watching anything on Hulu recently?
Is it like connected to Bob's Burgers?
No, it's just like all the in the way that like there's a Bob Burger side character. You're like, well, this is off the walls. It's basically just a show all about them. It's fantastic.
Interesting. I've been watching My Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Season 2 just started it. It's absolutely hilarious how insane these women take everything. Every sort of social impropriety is blown out of proportion. It's wild. I love it. NHL on ESPN. I was watching Predators and Capitals last night. Predators beat up on the Caps.
Oh, hell yeah. What about you, Jared? What have you been watching?
I'm excited they got that new show. And it's funny because we were talking about how many medical shows we all watch.
Mm-hmm.
But there's that new one coming out, Best Medicine.
Oh, yeah.
With Josh Charles.
He goes to like small town.
I like Josh Charles.
Yeah.
He was in Dead Poet Society.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dude.
Did you see him in on a different streaming platform that we won't name, We Own This City? I loved him in that. He takes a villain turn. Oh, my gosh.
No, I only watch Hulu.
Good answer.
Well, good, because you can watch current episodes, original series, kid shows, and hit movies on any and all of your favorite devices. You can cancel anytime. Go on. Your couch is calling. And if you visit linktree/C-Show-Pod, link in the description, you'll be directly supporting the C-Show. Thanks. And now, back to the show. So we open up with our first match, an AEW Continental Championship Eliminator, Jon Moxley versus Shelton Benjamin. First and foremost, did you guys see all the posts about Shelton Benjamin crying when he came out? Did you see any of that?
No.
A lot of people were saying that it looked like that Shelton was crying when he came out.
Mm-hmm.
He made sure to immediately come out and say, no, I don't cry. My business is to hurt people. I just always dump a bottle of water on myself before I come out.
I like to look wet.
Moist.
So the match starts with Mox turning down Shelton's handshake and Shelton immediately going to a high crotch and dumping him, and then a German suplex as well. They move to the outside. Mox gets bounced off the guardrail and then gets put over the barricade, and they go into the crowd.
Yes.
It was pretty nutty. I mean, this is pretty standard for a Mox match.
Well, I just loved it because they were out there for quite a while.
Yeah, count him out, ref.
The ref would just not get
He followed.
And they even covered for it on commentary, being like, he knows the importance of this match. He knows they can't do this.
I mean, an MVP joining as an analyst in the capacity as an analyst rather than a member of the Hurt Syndicate, the leader of the Hurt Syndicate. Again, we're really stretching the Continental Classic rules here, aren't we?
I love how they get around that. Well, he's not really ringside. He's sitting at the announce table.
It's a job.
Which is right beside the ring.
So they come back from the crowd with Shelton doing a diving clothesline off the barricade. As they return to the ring, Shelton does a run-up superplex as Mox is sitting on the top. The story of this match is Mox just keeps looking for that choke. He's trying to do anything he can to lock up Shelton. Shelton just continues to do more and more German suplexes. I wrote, it's a hat trick. Make it 4. Make it 5.
Double hat trick.
If only, right? Mox answers with a quick cutter, and then we're already at the 5-minute warning.
That's my move of the match. Just Mox snapping out of it really quickly, like baiting Benjamin in and then hitting him real quick with that cutter. It changes the tone of the match.
Right? It was so clean. It was so fluid. Shelton Benjamin gets Mox up for a powerbomb and then stacks him into a modified face lock that Mox breaks by grabbing the ropes. Mox hits a self-harm dive to the outside. And then Shelton gets his comeback here. He hits the pay dirt, which is a pull down face buster. Right? So he basically jumps up, grabs Mox around the back of his neck, and Shelton falls on his back, bringing Mox's head to the canvas. Mox hits a paradigm shift for 2 as the clock counts down and down and down. Shelton locks in a triangle choke. Mox looks like he's just on the end of his rope. But then Mox pushes up on his toes, forces a cover. 1, 2, 3. Mox survives.
Once again, like Mox just as I said earlier, he baits people into these situations. He's willing to go the full 20 minutes. He knows that even if he goes the full 20 minutes, Benjamin has an opportunity to win via draw, and move on and get that next shot at the title. But still, yet he's able to pull out in the last 5 minutes there at the crucial opportunity. And again, without the help of the Death Riders, I think that goes far to say that. Without the assistance of the Death Riders here.
Again, kind of showing him, not exactly removing himself from the Death Riders, but again, showing he's not relying on them as much as we see in other matches with the Death Riders, even continuing through this show.
I think fortifying his part at the top, his role at the top in this upcoming feud with the Don Callis family.
Yeah, he was on such a dive that, like, it was, he's fully reestablished himself.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we go to the back and we see Darby Allin skating on the hunt for Pac, because we know that he's looking for the one member of the Death Riders that he hasn't beat yet. We then get a quick flash talking about this past weekend at Wrestle Dream, where the Rainmaker, Okada, went and retired Tanahashi. We get a quick announcement of Kenny Omega returning at Maximum Carnage this coming Wednesday.
They're basically pitching that as a pay-per-view, like another free pay-per-view that we get during the week. So
exactly, a la Blood and Guts, right? Things like that. I'm excited. I have not seen a lot of him. I've heard so many things. I cannot wait to really see him get after it and get on the hunt for the world title.
For sure. Next,
we have Jack Perry, maybe by himself, right? First, the Demand, which is the AEW National Champion Ricochet. Toalonia, and Bishop Khan. As Jack Perry begins down, the Young Bucks come to join in his fight.
And I think that's an OG intro for the Bucks as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not the plain intro and all the things that Don Callis is trying to pull them out with.
The Succession
Look what I can
intro.
do for you. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It's just a brawl to start. All six are just swinging. Nick Jackson hits a double drop kick and a corkscrew dive. Jack Perry immediately goes for an inside-out moonsault. And then Ricochet gets caught in between all three of them delivering drop kicks. The Young Bucks do a beautiful backbreaker leg drop combo.
Oh, that was so cool.
Oh, my God, right? And then Perry hit a diving DDT that was broken up at 2 by the Gates of Agony. Khan just starts whipping Perry between the apron and the barricade over and over and over and over, and then launches him into the ringside doctor's lap. The doctor's reaction was fantastic. I don't know if he wasn't expecting it or else they need to get him on the show more because he sold it so damn well.
This is also where JR goes, Nick Jackson's on fire.
It was weird to hear how different JR is now. I know he's been going through a lot and, things are very different, how much older he is. That's just what it is. But it was interesting to kind of hear this new flavor or different flavor of JR.
As you guys came in, I was watching the 1991 Royal Rumble, and some of the Royal Rumbles, you hear JR, you hear Shivani. Shivani's voice changing over 30 years is pretty incredible. I mean, he's in his 30s, right, when in these Royal Rumbles that I've been watching in the 80s and 90s, and then hearing him now, and it's a little bit more slower. It's a little bit more drawn out. It's really interesting.
The Young Bucks hit a double super kick and then a blockbuster onto the floor. And then this is my move of the match here, man. Leona gets the Young Bucks and Jack Perry on his back and hits a triple Samoan drop.
Yeah. And right before that, Matt powerbombing Ricochet and nearly pinning Ricochet right there.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
That was the one that came after, what did they call it? The acai moonsault?
I think so, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's going to be the finisher. Nothing's going to be cooler than that. And then Toa Leona, put 3 men on his back. And I was like, I was wrong.
After the triple Samoan drop, Ricochet hits a 450 for a 2. Disappointed, not getting it. He then hits Vertigo for a 2. Perry comes in and hits a Poison Rana into a double super kick by the Bucks. Right? It ends here with a Doomsday device, right? Shout out Legion of Doom.
Did you see Ricochet loading up the spirit gun, like putting the clip in? Fantastic.
That is one of my favorite bits. So it's the Doomsday device, the BTE trigger, and then another knee from Perry to cover for the win.
And of course, the Bucks playing defense as well to ensure that the Gates of Agony don't come back in.
Absolutely fantastic. But, of course, that can't be where it ends. Davis and Doyle come out and attack the Bucks and Perry. An injured Jet Speed comes out for the save, but then the lights go out. And for half a second, I'm like, did they forget to turn them back on? Like, usually it's a little quicker to kind of, for the transition. I don't know if they timed it out.
It's dark. I can't find the switch.
Well, it's different on TV. We see it different on TV in an arena, and in an outdoor arena, it's completely different because you got the natural light coming in. In an indoor arena, your eyes are gonna adjust to the light, and you're gonna see eventually what's happening. And so that's when they're able to, they see what happens, they do the move, and then they turn the lights back on. I'm sure it just took a second for this to happen.
Because
they lost the light switch. You're wrong.
They just forgot it. They forgot where it was on the board.
That's cool. And oh no, the light.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Because when we come back, there's someone in the ring. It's Andrade.
El Idolo.
He returns and hits Jet Speed with the message. And then FTR and Stokely come out on the ramp. There's some history in the past here between FTR and Andrade that I hope we kind of dig into more here coming down the line.
That's exciting. So Andrade got his non-compete fixed with the help of the Beast Mortos. The Beast Mortos also posted on Instagram that over the weekend that he graduated law school down in Mexico. So he'll be hopefully taking, I'm not sure what the bar is in Mexico, but whatever equivalency they have. El Bar.
El Baro.
But yeah, Beast Mortos actually hooked him up. Beast Mortos and Roosh hooked him up with a lawyer to help him fix his non-compete with the WWE so that he could return to AEW. It was murky. He was working with New Japan for a second. I think it was at Wrestle Kingdom, and he made an appearance there, and they referenced him being an AEW talent. And then now that it's all been cleared and everything. So
nice.
The wonders of contract law.
Yeah, go off, Beast Mortos. Proud of you.
So after the surprise return, we return to the ring for Willow's championship celebration. She says that the Willow Two Belts tour has begun. She's happy to be reunited with Statlander. She says your girl wants to fight. Now, she acknowledges this is pro wrestling, so she's sure that someone wants to come out and ruin her celebration. So she wants to get ahead of it by inviting Mercedes out. Tells Monet that she had an amazing 2025. In a shocking turn of events, Monet crashes out and flips the table.
Company to come on, company.
She did go company to company.
Monet ends up going face first into the celebration cake and then gets herself powerbombed into the cake as well.
Did we talk about the morning veil?
Oh no, I didn't. Oh my God, you're 100% right. I didn't write that down, but you're 100% right.
So Mercedes has this big hat, right? Because we're in Tulsa, and she's got the morning veil on, like just full on, like she's going to the funeral of her third husband. Listen, that's pretty common in Tulsa. You know what I mean? You know, that oil money.
After she gets powerbombed into the cake, the Babes of Wrath and Statlander conga line on her grave, is how I put it. Just really giving it to her. We then jump to a pre-tape of Mark Briscoe. Of course, got to shout out Willow, shout out the conglomeration. He reminds us he's your TNT champion, and he wants to be a workhorse. He said it's been so long since he's whipped a man's ass, and that Saturday on Collision, the title isn't going anywhere. Reign and defend.
He looks into his crystal ball.
We then cut to the Triangle of Madness. They're like, oh, Statlander has friends now. But let's see how long you can last against the three of us. Let's get toxic. And it's announced that they will have a match. The Sisters of Sin versus Kris Statlander and the Babes of Wrath at Maximum Carnage this coming Wednesday. Next, we have the ROH World Champion Bandito versus one half of the ROH World Tag Team Champions, Sammy Guevara. And this is for Bandito's #1 contendership for the world title at Maximum Carnage.
Shout out to Sammy Guevara. The videos that him and his wife post of them raising their daughter, adorable. But calling yourself Spanish God and then having the camera come in and focus on your abs, I don't know. I don't know about that, brother.
If I had abs like that, you would never not see them. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
what do you mean? Jesus has his abs fucking shredded on like 70% of the church crosses I've been in. roll.
Sammy starts the match by flipping off Bandito. Bandito hits a big kick to send Sammy off the apron. Sammy hits a moonsault that he turns into a DDT off the steel steps. Then they go to commercial, and Sammy grabs a headset while they're in the picture-in-picture commercial, and we cannot hear him. Which I thought was so funny. He even puts it on, says something, stops to go kick Bandito, and then puts it back on while we still can't hear him in commercial.
One of the great moments in PIP commercial history in AEW.
Bandito hits a tornillo and then his one-armed press slam. Sammy hits a shooting star press to the floor and a springboard cutter.
I loved that. That was my move of the match.
Oh my God, that was beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, the Cody cutter, as some call it.
The Cody cutter.
Bandito goes for the 21-plex, but Sammy lands on his feet, right? Bandito then hits a huge knee and then does land the 21-plex for the win.
My favorite thing, I don't somewhere in what you said it happened, was Bandito was playing up the big dive out of the ring at Sammy. Sammy like pulls off to the side and he's acting all, "Ooh, I'm smart. I avoided it," but it was a fake, and then he just got kicked right in the face. That was beautiful. Also, you mentioned the child. In all fairness, they also hovered on his wedding ring for a little while because I thought, I've never seen a wrestler wear a wedding wing. Wedding wing? Hi, guys, I'm Jawed. I never seen anyone wear a wedding wing. So he did that, and then JR goes, "Oh, a wedding ring." And he said it like that, too.
Well, he said that it was, he said it's bad luck. Yeah.
Well, at least him and I noticed at the same time.
I don't think Randy Orton's had a lot of bad luck with his wedding ring, but
Randy seems very happy.
he gets to play Elden Ring and just lets her shop on Amazon, he says.
Hey, see, if it works, buddy. Good for you.
After the match, MJF comes out. First he says, let's give it up for Bandito, right? A sarcastic round of applause. MJF says that he's been a large star in Mexico. He's beat Mystico before. And he's like, just so we make sure we don't get any wires crossed, he brought out a translator.
I love the translator. Did you see, first of all, MJF throws his gum into the crowd, and then also there's the sign that says, "Go home, make another bad movie."
No,
I did see that one.
I did not. I missed that. After the first time the translator translates, MJF thanks him and calls him a mensch. MJF says that Bandito's ring, his AEW diamond ring, really belongs to MJF because he has all the others and he wants it back. The translator goes again, but Bandito grabs the mic and reminds MJF that he speaks English.
There's also the bit where MJF says, I would put you over. I would wrestle you live on PPV in 5-10 years.
MJF then goes, hits a low blow, and steals Bandito's ring. As he goes to hit Bandito, he ducks. MJF ends up taking out his own translator. Then they both eat a 21-plex. As they roll out of the ring, the big... I'm sorry, it's not the big beautiful belt. I'm sorry, it's the
big Burberry belt.
Big Burberry belt. My apologies. Right? Bandito poses with it. Signs of things to come. Who's to say? We then get a quick Brody King pre-tape. He says that violence protects my friends and feeds my family. Sometimes, violence is the answer. This is me, Brody King, and I'm coming for the throne.
You guys know Lee Marvin?
No.
Lee Marvin was a Marine in World War II. And if you know what the Marines did in World War II, they did it all, and they did it all in the Pacific, and it was awful. He was also in like a bunch of war movies that your dad loves. The Dirty Dozen probably being
hell yeah.
The Dirty Dozen rocks. Jim Brown's in it. But Lee Marvin said there's not enough violence on TV.
Hell yeah. Next, we have Timeless Tony Storm versus Maria Shafir. Early, we get an arm drag and snapmares from Tony, a hip attack knocking Shafir off the apron. Shafir goes for her head scissors that we love so much, but then turns it into a brutal head kick instead.
Well, so at the beginning of the match, Wheeler and Garcia just like spawn ringside, and Tony just goes, "Now you piss off," and Garcia just goes, "Oh," he just waves very meekly. He's like, "Okay, all right, sorry."
After the head kick, Shafir starts mock dancing with Tony, obviously making fun of the connection with her and Orange Cassidy lately.
Mm-hmm.
Tony goes for another hip attack that's countered by a big boot. Tony then hits an up kick and gets Marina in a large package, not a small package, a large package from Tony Storm. But Yuta pulls the ref out of the ring. The ref immediately turns, literally see him say, "What the hell are you doing?" and then calls for the bell for the DQ. Shafir decides she's going to knock out Tony anyway, and then Mina tries to come out for the save and meets the same fate.
It's time for Luther.
Luther comes in, right? What are you guys doing? And then we get Roderick Strong coming down for the save. Oh, Orange Cassidy's there too, but he just kind of wanders down because that's the bit.
He's there to save the women. He's there for the thruple now. What do we call that? Timeless love oranges? Is that
Orange love
bombs? Well, that is what I wrote. Orange love bombs.
When OC finally gets in the ring, the Death Riders have bailed, and he's picked up both Tony and Mina, one under each arm. Living the dream.
I just hope Luther approves, JR comments.
Because those women belong to him, JR thinks.
We go backstage, and Renee is talking with Pac. He says how he has beaten Darby Allin twice, and Darby Allin is a loser. Darby comes up, says, "You got to give me the match." Pac still says no. So Darby Allin does what Darby Allin does best. He jumps him, throws his ankle in the door, and says, "I swear to God, I'll break this if you don't accept the match. I swear to God." Pac says, "Okay."
Works every time.
And Darby bails before the Death Riders can come and get their pound of flesh.
He said it counts. You could hear him yelling as he ran down the hall.
See, the key is you have to threaten to hurt yourself and others.
It's about sharing.
It's about sharing. Darby also attacks with the fire extinguisher and skateboard as well. Just like Darby Allin bingo night.
Play the classics, baby.
I did like watching Pac swat at the fire extinguisher. I don't know what
like
that
the
is.
foam
Gas,
or whatever you want to say.
Gas, liquid foam. He's like, punch it, trying to punch it.
Well, that's his answer to everything. I should be able to punch it or drop kick it.
I'm the bastard Pac. I will punch this gas.
We wrap up the night here with a lights out tag team match. Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland versus the Ops, Hook, and Powerhouse Hobbs. A reminder, the lights out match means that they will literally turn the lights out. And then when the lights come back on, AEW will no longer have any responsibility for whatever happens. It is considered unsanctioned. When they started the match, at first they actually kept the lights out and were using spotlights.
Yeah,
that was cool.
And I was like,
I thought it was going to be the whole time.
So did I, because other lights out matches we've seen before, they didn't do that. And I'm like, that's actually super sick if they do that the whole time. That would be such a pain in the ass, but it would be so cool.
I'm just impressed they held it that long.
Yeah, it was a good 2 or 3 minutes of just like the beginning of the match. I really loved that because it really does emphasize the idea that it is unsanctioned. It's a brawl. This is going to be brutal. It sort of, again, sets that tone.
Right. Early on, they brawl. Right. The first big thing I had was Hangman wraps a chair around Hobbs' head and throws him into the ring post. Hangman hits a moonsault to the outside. Swerve hits a nasty Death Valley driver onto the apron.
Those are two of my first hell yeahs of this match.
Hook hits a head and arm Tazplex, shout out to his dad, to Swerve on the apron. and then he does another one to put Hangman through a table in the ring.
I had no idea that was Taz's son until the announcer said it. And then I Googled it, and I was like, that's crazy. And then I saw that Hook is 6 foot, and that's even crazier. Because he looks so tiny compared to everyone else.
Compared to everyone else, he looks like a little baby.
And
but Taz was never the biggest guy either.
And
he was always thick, but not tall.
He was thick, yeah.
No, if you look at the things, Taz is like much shorter than Hook. If you see a picture of them two together.
Like he's like 5'9" or something.
And then somebody got staple gunned in the genitals, and I was like, threw my phone across the room. I was like, "What? I almost missed that." You all saw that, the staple gun to the genitals.
Oh, don't worry. You bet I was getting there. You bet I was getting there.
Not fast enough.
So Hangman sends Hobbs into a chair that's already set up in the corner between the turnbuckles, and then a staple gun to Hook's shoulder and his back.
Not the face. Not the face. I have an acting career, Hooks must have said backstage.
Doesn't work for me, brother.
Doesn't work for me, brother.
So Hobbs picks up Swerve, and as Swerve is on his shoulder, he hits him with the staple gun in the gut. Hobbs puts him down, then picks him back up and absorbs even more staples.
I like to believe that Hobbs is too powerful, too thick, and too muscular.
Didn't even feel it.
Like a rhinoceros. You know how hard it is to puncture one of them? Yeah, it's like a staple gun through a rhinoceros.
Well, and the thing is, these aren't like, for the listener at home, these aren't like swing line office staplers. These are frickin' carpentry staplers. So it's like meant for putting like Tyvek or something to wood, right? So they're thicker, they're a little bit wider, and they're a lot pointier too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, someone who's worked with them, working with my pops and all, and has caught himself when not paying attention. Goddamn.
I mean, I've caught myself with a swing line, but like I would never catch myself with a carpentry stapler like that. I don't want to, at least.
I've always wanted to, but I never have.
Right, that's where we get Jared's move of the match of staple to junk.
You sick fuck! You sick fuck!
I didn't want to do that for the record, but I always have wanted to staple myself.
We can arrange that.
All right. If enough subscribers, I will take a bump on tax.
Hangman also comes in for the save and destroys Hobbs with just a piece of drywall. Swerve and Paige then get out a bed of cinder blocks that they could not get disattached from the ring apron no matter how hard they tried. Prince Nana even also tried to pull the apron out. Wasn't happening. Prince Nana grabs a chair from Hobbs to save Swerve from catching it in the dome, and then catches a splash in the corner. Hobbs catches Swerve and hits a power slam on the cinder blocks for a 2 count that Hangman breaks
Pinned
up.
on the center blocks. It's so cool.
It's so funny, so cool. And then the Ops Dojo comes out. I'm sorry, what was your name for them, Charlie?
The Joppers.
The Joppers, yes. The Joppers come out and attack them both. Hobbs wraps the chain around Swerve and Hangman's neck, back to back, like the cover of Lethal Weapon.
I love this. This is the critical moment of the third act of this match, right? The two heroes bound back to back by the chain by our villains. Oh, it's perfect Western stuff.
And then Nana in for the save again with his coffee.
His coffee!
Right to the face.
Where did he get that coffee?
Catering backstage.
I respect a man who just carries a coffee with him into the ring.
That's Nana's thing. He does his dance. He's got his coffee. He takes his money and
hopes Hangman doesn't smoke his weed.
Well, yeah, no, I was about to get there.
Cutting off the joke.
He got it from the same guy that got the daiquiri last week that was ringside.
That was a smoothie. I've analyzed it further.
Swerve hits a house call on Hobbs, and then a Swerve stomp to 4 dojo members on the outside. Hangman hits a Deadeye and then a Swerve stomp combo on Hobbs into the cinder blocks. Hits a house call on Hook. They then wrap the chain around his neck and then throw him over the ropes. Immediately, Hook is like, I'm out of... Nope, not me, dog. Not me. And taps out.
He said, that's how we lost David Carradine.
Old choke and stroke.
So, again, the match ends with Hook tapping out immediately as he gets tossed over the ropes after a buckshot lariat. And our winners are Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland. I'm telling you, this thing with the ops is not anywhere near over.
Oh, no.
As if this is just what they're going to give us on, a random Wednesday night in January, I'm excited to see what can blow up further here down the line.
I liked Swerve laughing at the end, just like astonished that they made it out of that alive, essentially. I think the complications being thrown at the men's world title picture now with Bandito making a serious title shot, Brody King throwing his hat in the ring, his beanie in the ring, if you will. I think we've got a really good 2026.
Kenny Omega too.
Kenny Omega coming back. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Well, all right. That will do it for Dynamite from Tulsa. Stay with us as we jump over to another great collision next here on The C Show. Welcome back to The C Show. Now it's time to talk about Collision from January 10th. Collision is coming to us from the Esports Stadium in Arlington, Texas, as they continue their residency. And the show opens with the Death Riders, Pac, Wheeler Yuta, and Daniel Garcia facing off against Skyflight, Scorpio Sky, Dante Martin, and Darius Martin. Mox jumps on commentary, which just continues to grow on me more and more and more. Like, again, whenever Mox hangs him up, whoever doesn't back up the Brinks truck to put him on commentary is an idiot.
Mox asked Shivani at the beginning if he has this stuff written down. Only the best, Moxley. Only the best.
So Scorpio Sky and Yuta start, and they trade pinning combos early. Garcia rams Darius's face into the second turnbuckle. The Martins come together to hit an atomic drop and then a bulldog onto the knee combo on Garcia. I thought that was an awesome double team move, and I really like the Martins. I want to see more of them. I know we saw them talk a little bit more before, especially when they were back in Philadelphia and all with Skyflight, and now that Scorpio Sky is back and healthy, yes. I'm really hoping we see more of them.
Yeah, and Christopher Daniels, and unfortunately, I didn't get the name of the woman that's in the group. I think it's Taya Zaid. Taya Zaid.
Oh, that's something like that.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I thought I wrote it down, but at the end I have Shafir and Shafir have some words, so...
yeah, been there, done that.
Poor on my part.
Been there.
Dante hits a Insecurity and then a bottom rope springboard drop kick.
Move of the match for me right there.
Oh, dude, beautiful.
Straight to the mouth.
As we come back from commercial, Pac hits a huge drop kick on Dante, who's trapped in the apron. He's literally caught between the apron and the ring.
He was wearing the whole ring as a skirt.
And Pac freaking kills him, man.
That's my move in the match. Pac just flies it. I mean, like, the two of them are already just, like, beating on him. And then Pac came in. I was like, that's murder.
Yuta hits a beautiful stalling suplex. Darius gets back on top, and this was my move of the match. Hits a Spanish fly into a dive and then a flatliner on Yuta. That standing Spanish fly was beautiful. Like, Darius is not the smallest guy, and they got that rotation. We got Fisherman Suplex and a bridge for two as well by Darius, broken up by Pac. The one flowers I'll give to Yuta, right? He takes a beautiful cutter. I don't know if he actually can do a cutter. He takes a beautiful one. He sold that. It was fantastic. Off a distraction, Yuta hits a low blow, and then Darius gets himself caught in the death spiral. They just take their turns going to the corner, to the corner, to the corner. Pac hits a huge lariat and then locks Darius into the brutalizer, and he taps out for the win. Shafir is then having words with insert name here. And as they are arguing, Shafir delivers a big boot. And as we didn't see, Megan Bain is now in the ring. And from behind delivers a powerbomb. Oh, Steel. That's her name. Steel. I had it at the end.
Oh, okay. There's also Pac looking into the camera. Darby, you're next. Whatever happens, you asked for it. You did it to yourself.
Zeta Steel.
Zeta Steel.
That's it. We go backstage. Lexi Nails with the conglomeration. Roderick Strong, as always, first makes it very clear he's not in the conglomeration.
You mean the glom?
But he still has issues with the Death Riders. Briscoe says, if you want it, come get it. The word of the day is momentum, and we have it. I'm coming for you, Hetchy. When two or more conglomerates are in the same place, you have a conglomeration. He then proceeds to bark at the camera and walk off screen.
The conglomeration is taking over the nation, baby.
Baby.
He called it the glom. That's beautiful.
I like that.
The glom.
The glom.
We then have a standby match, and it is Brody King versus Barrett Brown. Brown tries to dive on Brody as he comes into the ring and just eats a chokeslam on the apron.
Still wearing his coat.
Yeah.
I believe there was a total of 3 moves in this match, and I wrote them all down. There's the chokeslam on the apron. There's King crushing him in the corner.
Oh, now you said my move of the match. No, wait, we're not doing that this time.
Crushes him in the corner and hits the cannonball, and then hits the Gonzo bomb for the win. They even mentioned on commentary that the standby match is so short, they might need another standby match.
Listen, you could just put a title on it, on Brody, and it's believable.
Yeah, right.
It's just easy.
Just a monster. And it's always interesting when they do monster faces. It's so easy to make a monster heel because, right, they're just big bad dudes.
Yeah.
Right? For a guy who's like so lovable, and again, with his
Punk rock face.
Right, and his promo on Dynamite talking about, right, violence feeding his family and stuff like that.
Violence
right, and
puts
how like
food on the table.
Right, and how deep rooted that is. Oh, I love that. We pop backstage, and Josh Alexander and Lance Archer are just killing any and everyone they can get their hands on. They say that Don Callis is still in Tokyo, but tonight, Hechicero will bring the TNT title back to the family. We then move on to El Clon versus Commander. Another match where they open with different pin combos early. El Clone hits a top rope springboard moonsault for a 2. Commander hits a beautiful Hurricane Rana. And then his multi-bounce arm drag where he's like, well, if I mount middle rope, top rope, down the bottom, top, bottom, arm drag. And I'm like, I could barely see that. How'd you do that? Commander then hits a Tornado that he turns into a Hurricane Rana. Also tries a self-harm dive at El Clone, who catches him and turns it into a nasty hip toss on the ramp. Big thud on the ramp. Loved that.
And then Clone directing the camera. The camera guy thought he was going to tilt the one way, and then he's like, oh, I got to go the other.
Commander hits a huge DDT. Clone tries to do a monkey flip, but Commander holds on and rolls all the way through for a Poison Rana, where he spiked him right on the top of his damn head. So clarification, we were talking about this last week, right? Because Clone does do the tilt-a-whirl lung blower, right? That's when it's both knees to the back, right? And we'll get to his finishing move and what that's called in a minute, because Clone tries to hit the tilt-a-whirl lung blower, but Commander lands on his feet and hits a moonsault for a 2. Commander tries the skywalk, Clone walks away, so he's like, I'll just hit an inside-out moonsault instead. Clone hits a Pele kick, followed by that tilt-a-whirl lung blower. And finally, the portal bomb that really loaded up Blue Thunder Bomb for the win.
I loved when JR goes, the crowd's chanting AEW, and he's like, you love the sound AEW, you only hear it here. Where else would people be chanting AEW? Like, it would be really weird if you were at, like, a kid's football game and you're just, AEW, AEW, AEW.
You ever been to a Spanish-speaking A&W soda fountain? AEW.
AEW, AEW. Yeah, that would be good. My grandfather would be outside.
I was a long walk for that one.
Geezer would be outside the AEW.
Yeah, we might need a long walk off a short bridge for that one. We'll get to it. So next we have Mina Shirakawa taking on Lady Frost.
Mina gets her own standby match.
She does. As she's entering the ring, she's given flowers by some secret admirer. And Lady Frost says, F your flowers. You're going to eat this super kick before you even get to put your flowers down or take off your entrance gear. Mina works the leg a little bit with a dragon screw leg whip. A tornado into the ring for 2. My move of the match here, Lady Frost does a cartwheel into a cannonball while Mina is down in the corner. Mina then gets back on top with a head kick, locks in the figure 4, and forces the tap. Like we said, really another standby match here. Very quick. I do like how they introduced the secret admirer angle that, could it be from Tony, right? Just a little, like when you're already in a relationship and you still do silly little things like that, right? Could it be Orange Cassidy trying to really woo his way into the Orange Love Bombs? We'll find out.
We got to watch Sunset Boulevard.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next, we cut to the back, and Mercedes Moné is down bad. Still covered in cake, sitting in front of a mirror.
Still covered in cake. Cake sitting fans eating good with AEW this week.
Heroes don't build divisions. Icons do.
I was undeniable. It doesn't matter what year it is. I will always be the greatest. She makes sure to call out all the people that ranked her number 1, PWI number 1 wrestler, Sports Illustrated Female Wrestler of the Year. But then she announces that she's taking a break from AEW and wishes them good luck without me.
Interesting.
Well, maybe while she's resting and taking some time, she can try some new wines, right? Through Naked Wines. Do you like wines? Do you want to discover new ones? Do you want them delivered straight to your door? Well, you can try Naked Wines out. You can claim a $100 voucher now by going to Linktree/C-Show-Pod or the link in the description. You'll be directly supporting the C-Show. But more importantly, what kind of wines do you guys like?
You know me. I love a Cabernet Sauvignon, Malbecs. Do I have any wine? Oh, yeah. I got some wine right here. It's a Smoking Loon Pinot Noir. I think this is probably a 22 or a 20, but yeah.
I was gonna say, any red wine, I'm in. Not a huge white wine. Any red wine, I'm there. You know, if white's at the table, I'll drink it, especially with fish. But
yeah, especially with fish. What about you, Jared?
I love wine. I definitely don't not drink. I'm a teetotaler. Wine is.
It tastes like bad.
I like when my wife brings home sparkling grape juice or like apple juice. A good version that looks like it's for fancy boys, so I don't have to feel like a child who doesn't drink alcohol. The ones that are just juice taste like good, but wine is great, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. It's bad.
Well, no matter if it's a white, a rosé.
Oh, except Naked Wines. Naked Wines are really good. I love Naked Wines.
You can find any kind of wine, and who knows, maybe some sparkling juices as well at Naked Wines. Again, please go to Linktree/C-Show-Pod or click on the link in the description to get your $100 voucher now and directly support the C-Show. Please make sure to check the terms and conditions. 21 plus only where applies. Please enjoy responsibly. So we jump back into Collision here with Mark Briscoe versus Hechicero for the TNT Championship. Hechicero is attacking Mark Briscoe's arm early, whether it's arm drags, slamming him off the post, right? Hechicero tries to backdrop Briscoe, but he lands on his feet. Hechicero tries to hit the El Conjuro spinning hammerlock backbreaker, but Briscoe escapes. Briscoe launches Hechicero to the outside. Again, big man fall hard. Mm-hmm. Let's just say that. Big man fall hard. Briscoe then hits a blockbuster off the apron.
That was my move in the match. That was so cool.
And I realize I've said it a couple times today. So a blockbuster, right? So Mark Briscoe's on the apron.
It's like Jaws, right?
It's like a reverse guillotine.
And runs at Hechicero, who's on the ground. Briscoe basically does a flip, goes over Hechicero, grabbing his head and neck and slamming him to the ground. And also Jaws.
And also Jaws are like Star Wars, Marvel
and
movies.
They used to sell rent VHSs.
Rip.
I rented Max Payne there one time, and me and my brother beat it over a weekend.
That's what you had to do. You only had like 2 days.
Then I looked at that game in retrospect. We were too young for that.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Briscoe grabs a chair and sets it up in the ring and is going to go for a dive. And this was my move of the match. Hechicero just kicks the chair away. And then Briscoe just decides, I'm just going to drop kick you out of the ring anyway. So I don't need this chair.
Before that, between the blockbuster and that move, Briscoe elbow drop off of the apron. Hechicero catches him, puts him in an armbar outside of the ring.
That was sweet. That was
sweet.
sweet. That was a great transition, right? Great counter wrestling, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
So Hechicero tosses Briscoe around, right, and ends up in another armbar when they're back inside the ring. But Briscoe's able to get his leg to the rope for the break. On the outside, Hechicero jumps on Briscoe's back, piggyback style. And so Briscoe's like, well, what if I just fall directly onto my back onto the ramp and squish you?
Mm-hmm.
And he does.
Making the best of a bad situation.
Hechicero hits a corkscrew leg drop coming inside out.
Briscoe doesn't need to sell that.
Oh, hell no. And then Hechicero sets up for the J Driller, hits it in a modified style to drop him and lock into another submission. Again, Briscoe works his way to get the foot under the ropes because you do not have to grab the ropes. You just have to break the plane of the ring for it to count to break a submission or a pinfall.
Interesting.
Terms and conditions may apply.
If the ref is an idiot, he might not know.
If that needs to happen.
Briscoe goes for the froggy bow, but Hechicero turns it into a backslide. Hechicero tries a kick, but bounces off the rope and then eats a J Driller for the 3.
Briscoe also hits the froggy bow with the bad elbow that Hechicero's been targeting the whole
working
match.
on,
Yeah.
After the win, Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong come out to celebrate. Well, there's 2 or more conglomerates here, so it is a conglomeration.
Did you notice Roderick not helping Mark hold up the belt with his bad arm, but then just holding up his arms by himself, being like, I'm still just Roderick Strong. I'm by myself.
No, I didn't peep that, but it is really funny. We then jump to the back where Lexi Nair is with Eddie Kingston and Ortiz, and they're facing off against the grizzled young vets, Zach Gibson and James Drake. They've agreed to a no physicality clause throughout this interview, but they will face each other at Maximum Carnage this coming Wednesday. The grizzled young vets remind them that they've had to do everything for their opportunities. All Eddie does is break the rules and do what he wants and gets rewarded. He says,
yeah.
Right? If only.
Yeah.
What a way to be.
They say that they are going to end Eddie, and it's just a shame that he's taking Ortiz with him. Kingston says, you want to make it personal? That's fine. You reap what you sow, but we don't sow. We reap. Think on that one. And then walks off screen.
Let that marinate.
Oh, no, that was it. Let that marinate.
It's clever wordplay, but it's like, Have you seen that thing where you feed like an AI, like a fake metaphor or a fake saying, and then AI is just like, well, it actually means this.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
It's pretty bleak, but it is also very funny.
Real quick after that, we get an FTR recap, right? Everything from when they were rated FTR with Adam Edge Copeland when he was still with the company wrestling. Shows their intro to Stokely and how he helped them take off, and then them climbing the mountain, one of the handful of times that they've won the tag team championships, which they still hold now.
Did we mention it earlier when they came out with Stokely in the wheelchair? That wheelchair was provided through the generous donations by our listeners and fans of AEW to the Stokely Hathaway Foundation. Thank you for your generous donation. Stokely Hathaway Foundation, money for Stokely Hathaway.
Mostly.
Yeah, 100%.
All of it.
All of it. You're never seeing that money again. Charity Navigator, 0 stars.
So next we have Kris Statlander and the Babes of Wrath, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron taking on Maya World, Hyen, and Vert Vixen.
The Texas is starting to rub off on Nigel. He goes, AEW.
I did hear the little kind of break in there, and I'm like, oh. Early on, Statlander catapults Hyan into the corner, then hits a big side slam. Harley, once again, for the second or third week in a row, tries to hit a sling blade, and it goes horribly wrong.
Well, Shivani also notes at this point, or it's early in the match, the team of the Babes and Statlander hold all of the gold in the women's division. It's the AEW Women's World Championship with Statlander, the TBS Championship with Willow, and then the Women's World Tag Team with the Babes of Wrath. So, pretty incredible for Hyan and Maya World and Vert Vixen.
No, absolutely. Like, it's a great opportunity for them to show what they have.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because they also announced about how good the team of Maya World, Hyan, and Vert Vixen look, basically all being in green.
Yeah.
But then you sent us that picture earlier this afternoon showing that Statlander and the Babes of Wrath were doing the Powerpuff Girls. One in green, one in blue, one in pink. I did not put two and two together until you put them together for me.
Somebody on Reddit put that together, so thank you to I believe it's the AEW Fan Official subreddit.
The team of the Babes and Wrath and Statlander then hit a great triple team move here. Willow does a snapmare and then a big boot. Statlander comes in with a sliding clothesline, right? Then Cameron hits a low cross body, and then Willow finishes with another senton.
Is that the backpack senton with Harley on her back?
No, that was later.
Next. Okay, all right.
Vert Vixen makes a comeback with a big shotgun drop kick off the top rope. This was my move of the match. Statlander hit a double Hurricane Rana to Maya World and Hyan. Just the fact that you can, one, jump that high, two, then spread your legs, wrap around both of them, and dump them both on their head is amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
That blew me away. Then we get our Babes of Wrath double senton, or backpack senton, as you said. I like that.
Harley on the back of Willow. Willow just drops back. Harley hits, I believe it's Maya World there.
Yes.
I think so.
Awesome.
Because that was one of my moves, too. Mainly because when Harley is on Willow's back, in the backpack position, she has a look on her face like she's just pure giddy joy getting a piggyback
right, not a care in the world.
It reminded me of Mario and Yoshi.
Yoshi!
Yoshi!
She looked so happy.
Harley hits her double cross body that I swear we see every week. Right? Statlander attempts and then ends up hitting the Saturday Night Fever for the win. After the match, they're in the ring. They grab a mic. They're celebrating. Harley wants to let everyone know that her parents are back together.
It took me a minute, and then I was like, oh, yeah, it's like that thing that kids in high school do, and they're like, oh, my parents, when they're underclassmen. Yeah, whatever. Weird parasocial relationships.
So they celebrate in the ring and say they're going to cheers their title in the middle of the ring. We then hear Thekla. But where the hell is she? Oh, she's standing on the announce table.
Yeah, she's like gargoyling on the announcer table on commentary. She's tired of the love and the happiness already. Very Austrian.
Yeah, who needs friends?
She has sisters. Statlander then climbs the turnbuckle and says, oh, look, Thekla, I can climb and look cool on top of things too. And then says, it doesn't matter about your sisters. Next week, you're all going to be calling me Big Stat Daddy. We have Don Callis checking in from Tokyo, saying the Don Callis family doesn't make history, they write it. Mention again that Okada retired Tanahashi, but then Kyle Fletcher pops up.
Instagram.
He says that he wants to talk to Don and says that someone has to say something to Okada, right? He says that in the semifinals and finals of the Continental Classic that he ended up screwing both of the other members of the family, I should say two of the other members of the family, by stealing Kyle Fletcher's screwdriver.
So you were right. Fletcher put the screwdriver there, told Okada. Okada took it. At least this is the story, you know. But like Okada then took it and then threw it away so that Fletcher couldn't take it. Hilarious.
Don Callis says, look, the only one who got screwed was Okada, right? He went in with the championship and left without it. So, you know, I don't see what the issue is. He says, I think we need to worry about the TNT championship that you said you were going to keep. I didn't even want you in the Continental Classic. Kyle Fletcher, incredibly frustrated, I guess. Could we be soon seeing a split of Fletcher from the Don Callis family?
I think so.
Time will tell.
I think so. Fletcher's so young still, too. Like, he's just got so much in front of him.
Right? We then get a quick Bandito pre-tape, and he's ready. MJF, you call yourself the devil, but I am not afraid of you. You hide behind money, words, and shortcuts. When that bell rings, your reign ends.
The devil only exists when good men are afraid.
Again, Bandito, just
Killer.
Like I know he's not going to win just because, MJF just got back and all that, right? And
Yeah.
But, there's a reason he's the ROH World Champion.
Yes.
And they need to get him one of these belts sooner as opposed to later on the big stage.
So I think he wrestled Chris Jericho at Dynasty last year at the Leocoris Center, and he was phenomenal. He blew me away. I was just like, oh, yeah, Chris Jericho, cool, whatever. But Bandito at the end, I was just like, yeah, I like Bandito. He brought his abuelita out. It was fantastic. How could you not love him?
To close the show, we have the Demand, who is the AEW National Champion Ricochet, along with the Gates of Agony, Toa Leona, and Bishop Khan, versus Anthony Bowens and Jet Speed, Speedball Mike Bailey, and the Jet, Kevin Knight. As Jet Speed comes out, right, they still got the Kines tape on, right, still selling all of these injuries from the vicious beating that they took Wednesday.
Yep.
And that kind of plays a part throughout the match as well. Jet Speed actually comes out before Bowens and just tries to go and immediately jump the Demand and just start losing the numbers game.
Odd tactic.
Yeah, right? We'll go 3-on-2 when we're super hurt. Seems like a plan.
Yeah, I just wrote it down as Bowens doesn't even get a chance to enter before the match starts. The Demand beating down on Jet Speed after they enter. So I must have read that wrong.
So Bowens finally comes out, right? And makes the save. They all end up picking on Ricochet and launch him outside into the Gates of Agony. In the ring, Jet Speed and Bowens all scissor.
Three-way scissor.
And then on the outside, this was one of my moves of the match, Khan hits a running vertical suplex on the outside to Knight, like an already injured Knight, and just the ease that he picked Kevin Knight up with and dumped him was unbelievable. The Demand then hit their own version of the Death Rider's Death Spiral on Bowens.
Yep.
As I put it again, just giving him the business in the corner. Knight runs up the top rope and hits a Frankensteiner and a UFO splash for the 2. Khan hits Knight with a sidewalk slam on the top rope, and then Leona hits Knight with a senton on the apron. The Demand pulls Bowens and Speedball off the apron, so Knight has no one to tag as they just keep picking on him.
Ricochet is bouncing on the ropes like a toddler.
Literally. He was like...
I wonder where he got that from.
And then Knight hits they hit a double cross body for a double down. They're both crawling and dragging for the hot tag. Oh, are they going to get there? Bowens comes in for the hot tag and actually cleans house, including a beautiful fireman's carry into a slam directly onto Ricochet's face.
My move of the match.
Dude, he just dumps him on his freaking bald ass head.
Well, I've got 3 moves of the match here, actually.
Let it rip. What you got for me?
I got the Great Slam on Ricochet. Ricochet sells the hell out of it. Ricochet with the 619 in the corner, and then Bowens receiving a Cazadora, a lung blower, and then a springboard moonsault, all by the Demand, all in a row.
Right. Knight also hits a leaping DDT. Bowens follows it up with a spinning DDT. Knight finally hits that humongous springboard clothesline onto Ricochet. Leona has Jet Speed on his shoulders, one on each shoulder, and then just dumps them both. Another great feat of strength. Bowens hits the mollywop, but doesn't realize there was a tag and that Ricochet is not the legal man. Gates of Agony then hit the Open the Gates double chokeslam on Bowens for the win. The win is not enough for them, though. They jump Bowens after.
Well, what about the part where Ricochet's lifeless body is picked up and they drag him around?
That was fantastic. Weekend at Bernie's?
Weekend at Bernie's. They drag him around Weekend at Bernie's style.
Right. They jump Bowens, but who's out to make the save?
Let's go, Max. You're the best wrestler alive. Let's go, Max.
You know what this
show
says to me? And I thought it the whole time. They would have won if it was Max Caster. Max Caster is clearly the dominant.
I love
Best wrestler alive.
I love how Caster takes a page out of Orange Cassidy's book and just kind of slowly walks down the ramp. It reminds me of the Hannibal Buress bit where it's like, it's like one of your cousins, but like one of those cousins where they get in a fight and the fight starts
Watch him get
and
a
you're
few
just
hits
like,
in.
stop, that's my cousin.
You get 2 more hits. Fun fact. In addition to Max Caster being the greatest wrestler alive, his father was the second best Jets tight end of all time.
Really?
Yeah. His father holds the record for most average yards per reception for any NFL player with more than 200 receptions in their career.
Seems very specific, but I'll allow it.
Rich Caster was a 3-time Pro Bowler with the Jets in the early 70s.
Passed away in February 2024. Oh, no.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. But he played for the Jets, the Oilers, the Saints, and the Commanders.
Ultimately winning that Super Bowl in 82.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
What is that? That's 8 or 17. Super
That's
Bowl
the one
17.
with
Is that Theismann?
Theismann, Reagans. No, or is that
Oh, I was thinking Theismann's leg snapping.
Oh God.
So with
Johnson?
Caster coming out, Bowens and Jet Speed are able to take the 4-on-3 advantage, but then the Don Callis family continues to show its allyship to the Demand and comes out and lays waste to them. But we then have the conglomeration coming out for the save. The show ends with the ring cleared and a stare off, and they're conglomerating.
Cassidy taking a sweet fucking time to get down the ramp.
Anthony Bowen style, if you will.
The glom.
Do you guys have anything else about this absolutely fantastic Saturday Collision?
Not really, no. I'm really excited for Maximum Carnage, which if you're listening to this, you're probably watching this later tonight, or you already watched it. But I think Bandito and MJF, I think we already know what the ending to that is going to be. But again, like I said earlier, the picture for that title race is so packed and it's so full of talent. There's a lot of stuff going on there. We still have the Owen Hart tournament coming up this year. We've got Dynasty, Revolution. We got a lot of stuff coming up.
Man, I know I'm very excited, right? So that's another Collision in the books for us, but we're not quite done yet. So stick with us, and we'll be right back here on The C Show. Welcome back to The C Show. We are going to wrap up today by just giving a quick look ahead to Maximum Carnage this coming Wednesday. Right, the first match we'll talk about real quick is Eddie Kingston and Ortiz versus the Grizzled Young Veterans.
I'm really excited to see Ortiz and also the Grizzled Young Veterans. I think we've heard both Drake and Gibson's names being thrown around. I think they've both appeared in New Japan as well. So I think that'll be really an interesting match. The Catchy Can wrestling the Lancashire English style versus Eddie's brawler style. And again, I haven't seen Ortiz, so that's going to be interesting to see what he's got up his sleeves.
Right, we'll have a lot of fresh things to get eyes on, some fresh meat to pick off the bone next week.
Oh, for sure.
They've announced the return of Kenny Omega, right? We've seen some other vignettes and some pre-tapes and all, so, no match for him. I assume this will kind of be his launching point. Wouldn't be super surprised if we saw him, whether it's just be ringside or maybe after the World Championship match, right? Making himself known, kind of staking his claim.
Who do you think they're going to set him up to feud with here?
I don't know. Well, he needs Don Callis' magical cure for his illness.
For his diverticulitis.
Yeah, if you recall, Don Callis has the key. So maybe he'll, he's got to fight to get the cure.
He's got to fight the family.
No one else has used that term. Fight for the cure. No one litigious, right?
Fight for a diverticulitis cure. Ooh.
So next we will take a look at Darby Allin trying to make his clean sweep of the Death Riders, taking on the only one that he hasn't defeated in Pac.
Pac has defeated him twice, I believe, already.
Yes.
So I don't know if you can necessarily call it a clean sweep. And it is Darby Allin, too. So he's going to get down.
Nothing's going to be clean.
It's going to be down and dirty.
Nothing is going to be clean there.
Under on coffin drops.
I will set the line at 3. Not even going to give you the hook. It's 3.
I'll take over on that.
Yeah, I was going to say 4, so I'll go over.
Okay.
All right, we'll call it 3.5 then. Find it on our sponsor. Fuck, it's called.
No.
Moving on. Next, we will have a trios match of Kris Statlander and the Babes of Wrath versus the Sisters of Sin and Thekla, the Triangle of Madness.
What are we calling Kris and the Babes? Cosmic Babes of Wrath?
The overpowered squad.
Right.
Yeah, OP for sure. OP for sure.
All the titles.
They gotta get nerfed in the next update.
Like the arc lightning cannon.
I think this is going to be a good one. This feud is great. They all hit on different points. I think the Babes and Kris are going to pull out though. The belts speak for themselves.
No, I think so too. And even just seeing the trios match they had this week as we watched, and like a lot of the cool things they did together, whether it's their combo moves or whatever else, like there's a lot of room for them to grow further in that role. And I love the idea of basically just like putting the parking brake on all of these championships, being like, this is where we're at for a minute here.
And also credit to the Babes and Kris for letting High and My World and Vert Vixen getting their chance in as well. That could have easily been a squash standby match.
Oh, absolutely. And then last here, we'll talk about our match for the AEW World Championship, MJF versus Bandito.
Like I said earlier, I think we all know how this one's going to end. I'd be surprised if it ends a different way. I think we're really going to see some interesting dynamic amongst the participants in this title chase. Again, you've got Swerve, Hangman, and the Ops vying for the title. You've also got Bandito and Brody now, again, throwing in his beanie. MJF defending. Good time. We're eating good.
Yeah, I just need to see Bandito go absolutely crazy. Again, like we said, like we don't expect him to pull it out, but I'm sure he's got a couple things up his sleeve that are going to blow our socks off.
I don't think he's going to pull it out Wednesday night, but I do think he's going to pull it out eventually.
No, absolutely. I feel like
yeah.
it would be a shame to never put the belt on him. Like right, he's got the Ring of Honor belt for a reason, right? Like they're building him up there, right? And there's, MJF is a great test for anybody.
Absolutely.
Let's go MJF. No doubt about it. I don't even, y'all are just talking, and I'm just in here knowing that MJF is the greatest that ever was or will be. And
Bret Hart has something to say.
Well, we'll see if MJF can hold on to that big Burberry belt, and whether it changes hands or not, we'll be here talking about it next week on The C Show.
Of course you like The C Show. Make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share it with your friend. You can support the show directly at coffee.com/cshowpod. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at cshowpod. Have a question for the boys? Send an email, cshowpod@gmail.com. Thanks to our friends, Amir, Patrick, and Justin for their assistance. The C Show is a production of 832 Media. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.
I'm sorry, I need like 15 more seconds
That's
just to decompress from all of that. Because at first I was like, okay, I won't ash chair. Like I wasn't even going to throw the chair. And then you just
Pull in the thread.
Even better.